Welcome, everybody, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you, those who love the sport of professional wrestling, and for members of our WWE Travel Community Discord server. If you are not a member yet, come join one of the fastest growing pro wrestling communities online. I think we're at 1,900 people, but you can find our Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports, on X at Pinfalls and Pass, and TikTok at Pinfalls_passports. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast to keep up to all the date with all the things involving the world of professional wrestling. My name is Mirah. This is Pinfalls and Passports, and joining me today is the Dorkchop.
Hey!
And we are here to discuss WWE, what's going on. We are 3.5 weeks from WrestleMania 42. And this is going to be
chaos.
Quite, yeah. Honestly, it's just chaos. Honestly, I'm not even going to hold you.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was pretty. I mean, SmackDown was pretty chaotic. Raw had a very chaotic vibe to it too. It was great. You know, I was really, really enjoying everything that came through this week, which is a stark turnaround from some of the stuff we've been subject to in the last few weeks.
Exactly. I feel like a big highlight from SmackDown to kick it off is that we had the MFTs who were going in as the champions versus Damian Priest and R-Truth. They are a newly formed group, kind of like a thrown together tag, and oftentimes WWE's formula is you throw them together.
It's like a Gen Z rock and sock connection.
Exactly, and they get the belt. They do beat the MFTs. There was chaos tied to it with the Wyatt Six backstory and his lantern. We're still on that, but we do have new WWE Tag Team Champions of Damian Priest and R-Truth. But no, I'm very happy for them. If you've seen the picture of them with Triple H, he's just showing all 32 set of teeth with Triple H back there.
No,
so
I think the best part of that whole match was when they won and you see Priest, he's like, what?
Yeah, he just didn't believe it. And I feel like, I'm happy for him. Like he's had some highs and it seems like he's gone down, but he's going into WrestleMania season as a tag champion. So I'm glad to see him with the belt. So we'll see what happens, what matches they have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for a better result than the last time that he went in as a tag champ to WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Because he lost both belts.
Yeah. So I don't know if it'll be on a card, if it'll be the SmackDown before Mania, because they love to do that as well. But we shall see. I'm hoping they are actually on the card. People love R-Truth. So, of course, a Legion would pop for R-Truth, So,
oh, yeah, definitely.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We had another tag match on SmackDown. It was the Motor City Machine Guns versus Fraxium. Honestly, forgot these guys were on the was actually here. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, the tag division exists.
Yeah, like, oh my God, the tag teams are actually here, but it was super fast paced, very high energy. The Motor City Machine Guns does take the win.
Yeah.
With help of Candice LeRae, correct? If I'm not mistaken. Yep, with help of her, which is kind of a surprise and like why? I don't know if there will be any like payoff to that because of what happens on NXT this past NXT, but we'll see.
Yeah, because Johnny Gargano's getting a shot at the North American Championship at Stand and Deliver, correct?
That is correct. So I'm like, I don't know if that was just for the for the LOLs or for serious, but
Yeah,
you know how that goes.
Yeah, back to calling it Takeover. I'm sorry.
Yes, they should. And then next we had a singles match. So Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. It was a solid match. There was offense from both individuals in the match.
Yeah.
But Aleister Black won via distraction from Mr. Trick Willie, which Aleister Black hits the Black Mass and gets the win over Sami Zayn.
Sami continues to struggle, and it's kind of causing him to flip out. Like I said in the WrestleMania booking, the fantasy booking episode, I see a double turn coming. I see, Sami's going heel and Trick's going face. I mean, Trick is way too over with the crowd to keep heel.
Even if Sami doesn't go heel in the match, some point on that card, Sami is going heel during WrestleMania 42 weekend.
Right, exactly.
And it's very prevalent. It's just a matter of when and where he actually does it.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's practically written in the stars at this point.
Exactly. And then next we had the match of the night. And I feel like we can continuously say this about these two individuals, but it wasn't the open challenge, but it was a United States Championship match. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov, and it was a really close finish, but Carmelo retains, and he's continuing to save the 3-hour show.
He's really bringing it. I mean, he's really doing his best to keep it relevant, and I'm hoping that this results in him getting a spot on the WrestleMania card as well.
Yes,
because the U.S. Championship has a history of being left off the show.
Typically, it's on the night before, or it's not even being defended that weekend, which sucks. I think the last year we had it with Jacob Fatu at LA Knight, but previous years it hasn't been. So hopefully we can continue that.
Right.
We'll get into the juicy stuff in just a bit, but we had a women's tag team match, and it was the Bella Twins versus Nia Jax and Lash Legend,
the
our champion.
Forces.
Oh, yeah, the Irresistible Force. I could not think of their tag name. And, the champions retained via DQ because Charlexa was, at ringside. Yep. And now, is it this week? It'll be the Bellas versus Charlexa. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So we'll see what happens this upcoming Friday. But more than likely, at WrestleMania 42, it's going to be a multi-women tag team championship type of match.
Right, exactly. We're looking at least 4 teams, with Bayley and Lyra being thrown in because they have a title match on Monday. We'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the WrestleMania match for the women's tag team titles.
I think it's going to be really good. I don't know if it's just going to be some type of tornado tag match or some type of I don't know if they would do a ladder match with the women, but I could see it. But I think it'll be fun. But once we get over next Monday and maybe the following Friday, we'll have that match on the card solidified.
Well, I don't think that we'll get a ladder match strictly based on the Bellas, because that would be a difficult sell. I mean, I'm sorry, watching Brie Bella climb a ladder.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be fun. It may not work, but it's. I feel like that match needs chaos because all these teams have been involved since November, October,
yes.
With the exception of the Bellas, since they had returned fully together since the Rumble. So I think it does need a simulation. I just don't know what it'll be, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too, despite my actual yawning there for a second ago. It's been a long day, folks. I apologize.
It's good. And then we had some MFT bloodline tension. So since the MFTs did lose the tag team championship belts, there is questions around Solo Sikoa's leadership, even hinting you're sounding like Roman type of thing, which we also hear again on another show.
Mm-hmm.
So this sounding like Roman thing, it's leading back to the OG bloodline, in my opinion. So there could be a potential split among the group. So we'll see how that plays out, because you also have the Wyatt-Six feud, which has been going on for, 5 years at this point. So hopefully...
It feels like it started the night after WrestleMania 40.
So hopefully we can either get this split or this feud to be done with pretty soon. Then I feel like the big things coming out of SmackDown, I'll start out with the lighter of the 3 first, is the women's division, or of the 4, the women's division. So as we know, going into WrestleMania 42, it's going to be Jade Cargill, our champion, versus Rhea Ripley. The two had some nasty spouts back on Twitter or X, whatever you call it.
Yep.
They had their first promo, kind of weak sauce, had another promo, kind of weak sauce. Is this their third, correct?
Yep.
Is this their third? And the past one that happened on Friday, it was better.
But it wasn't the promo that really sold it, the segment. It was what happened during the segment.
Exactly. It truly wasn't. It was this new incorporation of Jade having henchwomen, in this case, of Michin and B-Fab. Now, what is your opinion on this? Because to me, I like it, right?
Right.
But it's like Michin, you just wanted to have the belt. BFAB, you just wanted in on this belt, but now
what was
it's
their
that
motivation for joining Jade?
right now. I always thought it would be BFAB, and I even said this in my fantasy booking that I could see them going after the tag belts, losing somehow, and then BFAB turning, going with Jade. I always thought that was going to be something along the lines. I didn't think Michin would be involved. However, Michin is a veteran, over 20 years in this game, Indies, TNA, all over the place. So I'm like, Michin is a good person to have with Jade. However, I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on this faction. I feel like it's just there to make Rhea Ripley look strong
Right.
and give her an obstacle to overcome.
Now, do you think Io Sky will come save Rhea and be, of course, it's not going to be like an even fight because it's 3 versus 2, but Io could come and like help her friend. That's what my mind jumped to when I seen this happen. I'm like, okay, so is Io?
Yeah, when does Io get involved, basically?
Because I don't see Io not being involved because as of right now, we don't really have anything for Io going into WrestleMania 42.
And
Um,
I think there might be a run-in at WrestleMania. They'll keep it under wraps, basically, until
which
the
is
night
fine.
of.
Which is fine. I would rather keep it like that. I don't want to see Io with Rhea at all. Yeah. I would rather it be like she has the kendo stick and she's coming out beating ass, you know? I would rather see something like that. Exactly. And it seems like they're copying the formula of what AEW did for Jade. Jade is this badass woman, great, cool, but she needs some extra help or just to make her more prominent, and that's what they did on AEW with Kiera Hogan and Red Velvet. So I'm like, we're kind of just creating the same type of formula here. It did work over there, so maybe it will work here as well. We'll see, but I'm just like, this is a wait and see type of thing. We're 3 weeks away, and in my God honest opinion, this is probably the first time going into a WrestleMania I'm not as excited for either women's match. Not gonna lie. This is the first time in a while for me. Like, I'll probably take this back to like 36. No, I would probably say like 33 or something. Like, I'm not as excited for this either.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this is just not moving the needle. I mean, like last year we had that amazing triple threat. Hopefully Bianca Belair is okay and we can have her back soon because, please, we need nice things.
Yeah, Bianca. Even the Tiffy Charlotte match last year, it wasn't everything, but it was still enjoyable.
Right.
It was good. But this year, I'm just very concerned that the women aren't getting the love in TLC that they rightfully deserve.
I think Liv and Stephanie will deliver the goods.
They will as well. It's just that
Rhea and
we'll
Jade
get into
is going to be a little bit tough for me.
Yes, it's going to be one of those ones where I'm like, am I going to sit through this? And I want to. It's just like,
right.
Is it going to give me what I want? Because I sat through it at SummerSlam with Tiffy and Jade, and that was 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, it was tough to get through.
And that was a tough watch. I think Rhea may help save the day. I just think these two have zero chemistry, and we just need to either let Jade retain or give Rhea the belt. I think the goal is to give Rhea the belt ultimately, but they may say, nope, we want Jade to keep it, and we're going to keep feeding our people. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this is just, give Rhea obstacles to overcome and make her look really strong. I do not see any situation where Jade retains.
I don't think she should. I just don't think she should.
She just hasn't done anything with the belt.
Nope, and it's not on her.
It's time to get the belt off of her.
Yep, and it's not even on her, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the booking aspect of it.
They kept waiting for Bianca to be cleared, and Bianca wasn't cleared. And that's the sad part.
She had, 3 surgeries on her finger, and this is, like, now her road to recovery, and now it's even rumored that she may lose the finger or something. Right. I think that's not true. But I'm just like, y'all didn't pull the trigger early enough for me. I think they waited until Elimination Chamber and was like, well, she's not coming. We need a big powerhouse. That's Rhea Ripley. And that's fine.
Yeah.
but there's no chemistry.
No, there is not at all any chemistry. And I mean, the sooner this is over for me, the better.
Yep. But
One thing,
moving on from them.
one thing I did want to get more of was that slam poetry session between Kit Wilson and Jelly Roll.
Exactly. That's exactly where we're going. So Kit Wilson, Jelly Roll. All right. Kit Wilson calls out Jelly Roll. You know, they exchange some words. Jelly Roll thought they was about to fight, and Kit's like, we're doing slam poetry.
Because fighting
Honestly,
is toxic.
Yeah, like Kit really did really solid in my opinion. He did have some punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the lines he, stated I was expecting to hear. So like about him losing weight or being heavier, the Ozempic line, saying that he had a small willy and all that. I expected those lines from Kit. But Jelly he held his own.
Mm-hmm.
Most of his lines were not PG. The belly on her back was crazy. And this ultimately had Kit Wilson enraged and, fought him as he should have.
Toxic.
But the two will have a match this upcoming Friday. I suspect this will result in a DQ. Their actual match may occur at WrestleMania. It could be a singles or it could be tag. It's being rumored that it would be, I believe it's Kit and Miz versus Jelly and Royce Keys. I doubt that because we haven't seen that man since fucking Royal Rumble. He's on the carton of milk because he is missing.
Yeah.
Or Danhausen. Those are the two names I'm hearing
Cursed.
to be. You are cursed. So those are the two names I've been hearing about being the Jelly Roll's partner. So
sidebar.
Who knows?
Who hasn't been cursed by Danhausen at this point?
So you got Dom. You have Grayson, Miz, Kofi,
the Bellas.
Oh
yeah.
Dang, he's getting around.
I know, right? I mean, I just hope he doesn't curse Randy Orton.
Let's not do that.
Because that could come back to bite you. I mean.
Oh yeah, it can.
Because the voices start talking to Randy, and then it's Punt Kick City.
Right. Before we get into the big dog Randy, we had a Samoan werewolf, and we had our Scottish warrior of Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu, and these two was fighting beginning, middle, end of show. We started with a car crash. Fatu was just bloody. Mm-hmm. He gets pulled out of the car. The glass is out of the car. I'm like, whoa. When did we have time? Here. I'm like, when did we have time to break the glass off the... Okay. So, that was our first encounter with him. Then Drew comes out to the ring, talks his shit. Fatu comes out. Then, he texts Drew. They brawl again.
Right.
And then at the end of the show, they're fighting outside on a platform. All the 10 crew are like, no, stop, get down. And I'm like, y'all just can't climb the fence. Y'all must not care that much for you to climb. And the two ultimately fall off the platform. That's how SmackDown ends. Yeah. This scene gave me the vibes of Jeff Hardy and Umaga at One Night Stand, the Falls Count Anywhere match. This is what I think we're leading to. And their match at Mania requires a stipulation. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that.
Well, see, and this gave me certain vibes as well, but not any like wrestling related vibes. It was more like Family Guy, Peter and the Giant Chicken fight.
Oh, yes. That too.
Yeah. No, like where it's like a never ending fight that goes on way longer than it should, but the chaos is so entertaining that, it totally sucks you in and you're just like entertained no matter how badly it detracts from the overall plot of the show.
Yep.
Yeah. I just was like, oh my God, this is a Peter and Giant Chicken fight.
Yeah, no, that's accurate as well. But the fall reminded me of when, I think it was it on like a trailer or something?
Yeah.
But during that match, I think like Maga like fell off and then Jeff did like the Swanton bomb onto him or something like that. But that's what I said, oh, maybe that will happen. I don't know, but it just gave me that like type of vibe there. But for the big one of SmackDown.
Yes.
Randall Keith Orton.
Yep.
So he opens the show with a segment explaining why he assaulted the undisputed champion, Cody Rhodes, from the previous week. And his speech was basically just like, talking about like his mindset and how he's just angry. He's just very predictable right now. He talks about how like he shook the hands, he signed the autos, he kissed the babies, took the pictures, and he hated all of that. But it's very reminiscent of his arch rival, his friend John Cena, when he turned heel last year.
Right.
So I wanted to pick your brain about this.
Okay.
Did they turn Randy Orton too early? Potentially.
What are you saying? Save it for the match?
Maybe, but the only thing I'm saying, the crowd is cheering him. You know, no matter what he said, he's saying "fuck you" to the fans,
And they still cheering him.
and they're still, yeah, fuck me, right? Yeah, like you see, like it's crazy to me, and I love Randy, but I'm like, if I'm in the crowd and you're saying "fuck me," and you know you're tired of the picture, and you're tired of the autos,
Right.
why would I cheer you?
And yet he's still going to have to
Logically,
do pictures and autos at WWE World.
which is crazy. It's crazy work. But I'm just like hearing that, and he's still being cheered. That's what I'm like, was it too early and not just in the match?
I think it was a little too early, but they needed to get some heat on the match.
Exactly. And that's because they need to sell these tickets.
Yeah.
And you know, like the crowd is gonna adore him no matter what, you know? And like I said, it's very reminiscent of the Cena turn. Because people were still like, we love Cena. People were still buying the merch. You know, so I'm just like,
yeah. And it's like they don't want to boo.
You don't want to boo him because Cena was going for 17, Randy's going for 15.
Yep.
People are focused on that number right now. That's what I'm focused on as a fan. 15 sounds good because if anyone is going to beat 17, it would be Randy.
He's the closest, has the most realistic shot at it.
Exactly. So I'm just like, was it too early? And if you know Randy, if you know the 09 Randy,
shit,
you know he's a son of a bitch. Like, you know he's very demented. You know, the feud with Triple H. So, like him and Triple H with the home invasion angle, things like that. I'm like, if this happened maybe 3 weeks earlier, we could have gotten that.
Yeah.
And we still may get some of that before WrestleMania 42. But I'm just like, I'm scared.
Let me ask you something.
I'm scared.
You think we get a recreation of the Randy kissing Brandy?
Hold that thought, because I thought about that. I thought about that when Brandy was announced for WWE World. I'm like, Brandy's typically on like the back end. She has her show that's on YouTube with, I think, Drinks with Brandy, something like that.
Right.
You know, she's very much back end. Typically, Brandy goes to WrestleCon 1 or 2 days, gets her bread with Mama Rhodes, and, you know, she'll be at WrestleMania with her man, you know, the baby, the dog, you know, stuff like that. She's going to be at WWE World, which means she signed a contract. So is she going to be on scene? Like, is it going to be like, bitch, you think this is open? Like, are we getting that Brandy?
Who the hell told you it was open night, Mike? Bitch.
Bitch. So I'm like, are we getting that Brandy? Like, is he going to punt Brandy? Is Brandy going to take it? Because the thing is, Brandy loves being a heel. Brandy said on one of her shows, because I typically watch her while I work, she was like, I can't be a nice guy. I always have to be a heel.
Oh, Mirah, I wonder where you're going with this.
Oh, no. That's not happening. He sells too much. I'm not even going there and touching that. Even if I want, I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole, even if I wanted to. I don't foresee them doing that with Cody at the moment. I don't. He sells too much merch. He's too popular with the babies. I'm just like, Brandy can be like that good enforcer because Cody's so nice. He's so prim and proper. But Brandy's like, I don't have to be nice.
Yeah.
So that I can see. Who's on the phone?
Who's on the phone? It's the voices.
Yeah, I have a few options in my head. I think it's the voices. It could be Cowboy Bob Orton. I doubt that. Ted DiBiase Jr. just got off on his federal. I'm sorry. So
where's that referee?
So like, it could be, I don't know, or it could be Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson is a crazy fucker. He was over there in AEW talking about, I'm gonna get the Glock. So, you know, like
could be KO.
It could be KO. Those are the people that all came to mind when like, who's on the phone. But ultimately, I do believe it's the voices.
I think so too. I think it's just the voices, and you know, like I think we're gonna get that reveal like the go home SmackDown where
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see like a there was never anybody on the phone kind of moment.
Yup. And it's like, if it's the voices and this man is answering the voices back, we're in for some shit.
Yeah, yeah, buddy. Because
And
look what he did.
yeah. So he opens the show, he talks about that, talks through all that. Then later, like in the back, Matt Cardona like confronts us like, dude, why'd you do that? That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Called him a mark ass stooge, an indie. What do you say? Like an indie nerd.
Yep.
Said that he played with action figures, just like very insulting. And if I was Matt, you can't take that. The indies, like Matt Cardona, the indies made you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just gonna take that?
No, I shouldn't have.
And I feel like that's like my only thing that I didn't like about that part in the back. I'm like, because if you're gonna say that to me, but the indies made me who I was today,
Yep.
and this is why I'm back here.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the only reason is he worked his ass off on the indies and made WWE.
You can't insult me about that. Yeah, like at the end of the show, we know that Orton attacks Matt in the ring, this, that, and third. Even if Matt Cardona spoke up in the ring, instead of just saying, like, oh, okay, I accept your apology, like, before I accept your apology, the things you said to me are unacceptable because the indies made me me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm back here today. Like, if he would have done something like that and then was attacked by Randy, I think we could have got the crowd to boo. But instead, what did the crowd do after he got his ass beat?
One
more time.
One more time. Yeah.
What are
What are we
how?
doing?
So when Cody comes back, is he going to be booed?
I don't know.
Like, that's my only thing. I'm like, did we pull this too early? Because if that's the case,
I mean, it's going to be the second straight year that Cody gets booed at WrestleMania.
or has a mixed reaction.
Ma'am.
I'm trying to be hopeful here.
I know, right? I mean, well, all the hipsters have jumped shark and have jumped ship and are like, well, now we don't like Cody anymore because he got his title and then he finished his story, and I'm bored.
Because I feel like Cody is a good chaser. He's a great champion. It's just that as a babyface champion, it's always kind of hard to book them because because they just win. But when you have somebody like a Drew was kind of entertaining because Drew didn't give a fuck. He was interfering because he was trying to keep his belt as long as he could, dude. Like, he didn't care about nothing.
No, he did not.
But I'm like, I feel like Cody's a great chaser, and he's also a great champion. He's a good representative for the company. He's one of those people after John Cena who's a great person to carry the company. But how are we going to deal with this Randy Orton thing? And he's a heel. You're supposed to hate the bad guy.
It was kind of like Triple H and Roman Reigns back in WrestleMania 32. They were desperately trying to get Roman over as a good guy.
Yep.
As the guy. And I remember Triple H kicked the shit out of him and busted him open, and the crowd is cheering it. Like they're roaring in approval of the fact that the top heel has busted open your top babyface. And this is why I think Triple H laughs about, the smarks that complain about the booking and then just go into business for themselves and cheer whoever they want to cheer.
Yep.
He's just like, it doesn't matter what I do. You're going to boo it. I'm going to book it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, at this point, we know they're going to do whatever, and we're going to have to go along for the ride. And
yeah,
I mean,
that's what scares me, Dork. That's what scares me.
I know. The crowd's going to shit all over. If Cody wins, the crowd is going to shit all over the end.
I love both guys, and you know this about me. I love both guys. Going into this, once Randy won, I was very excited to see him and Drew go for the belt. Even if Cody got his way into it like a triple threat, I was so excited for that.
Yep.
But the fact that it's mentor versus mentee type of thing, and your mentee has the belt and your mentor is the heel in this, I just don't know. Like, I'm just very conflicted on who I would want to win. You got Randy for the 15. You got Cody because he's the guy.
Right.
He's the guy that's supposed to take us into this next era and be the baby face and do all this stuff. And I feel like Cody's ultimate conflict isn't Randy. It's the fans. That's and that's the crazy part. Like when I was listening to Busted Open, because I listen to them pretty much every day, Sam Roberts, I feel like everyone was in agreement. Cody's biggest thing right now is the fans.
Yeah. Because I mean
and that's the fucked up part.
That is very much so, yes.
So I'm like, okay. And in agreement with them, it was just along the lines of like, well, if he goes against everything that he said the last 4.5 years since his return, then people are like, well, see, you just gave in. Or it could be the opposite, where he sticks to his guns. He's the baby face. He does the right thing. He makes the right calls, and he wins the belt. And whatever happens, happens. If they hate it, they hate it.
Yep.
Because guess what? He stuck to what he said he's doing. He's going to represent this company, have this company on his back.
Yep. And I think we're at the point where Cody was 4 years ago when he left AEW. I will not turn heel, and the stubborn insistence on keeping him babyface throughout the whole thing.
Exactly. So I feel like when he was in AEW, it would have been the right time to switch him. I feel like now in this day and age of professional wrestling, a lot of people like the bad guys.
Yep.
A lot of people.
I really like Ring of Honor Cody.
Same. I love Ring of Honor. I love New Japan Cody. I love when he was an asshole, Yeah. But I feel like right now, the position he has in the company, as much as I would love to see it, I just don't. I don't foresee it happening. And if it does, that'll be the ultimate shock for me at WrestleMania 42, night 1 or night 2, whenever it is. More than likely night 1, but it would be the ultimate shock for me.
Right.
Man, I'm so invested in this at the moment. I had to take my glasses off.
Well, put them back on, because we just had a new star made on Raw. Because Oba Femi came out looking like $1 million in his second confrontation. Exactly. He kicked the shit out of Brock Lesnar and came out looking like $1 million. And I cannot wait. I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait for this match. I hope it's Oba just getting all the offense in and Brock gets none, and it's a squash and it's over in a minute.
So it's confirmed this is a night 1 match. I did hear them say that on Raw. They said this was a night 1 match. Unless they switch it up, that's what I heard.
Probably going to open.
It has to open because I feel like Roman took this from Brock. Brock's motto is, if I'm not opening, I'm closing. If I'm not closing, I'm opening.
Exactly. So
this has to open. I feel like this will get the crowd into WrestleMania. This will kick off the weekend. The first hour of WrestleMania is on ESPN for free. So for those people that are, watching for the very first time, potentially, if this match does what it's supposed to do, people may buy into ESPN and watch the rest of it.
That's what they're hoping for. What they're hoping for.
So I'm hoping this is like a squash. I don't want it to be I don't want it to be under 10 minutes, but like I want it to be so brutal. I want Oba to kick Brock's ass, bust him open. I don't care. Like, he just needs to demolish him.
Yeah, exactly. Put Old Yeller down. Old Yeller!
Because isn't he around the same age when he came in with Hogan?
Oh.
Right?
Well.
Yeah, I think Oba is the same age when Brock came in, and it was with Hogan, if I'm not mistaken.
Oba's a little older than Brock. Oba's 26, 27.
Yeah, and I think he was 25 when he came in, Brock, right?
24.
24. Okay. Yeah, so it's like this is the time. Yeah. This is the time.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, Brock sent Hogan away for a while. And I think it's time for Brock to go away.
I think this year is probably his final year. Brock has more than enough to... If he doesn't need the checks, he has more than enough from USC, all his other ventures, his farming and all that. So I feel like this is probably his last contract, really.
Yes.
So I'm here for it. Beat his ass, Oba.
Yeah, I know, because I'll never forget your reaction to his return. Who is this? Wait,
I didn't ask for him. I didn't ask for Brock. I asked for The Rock. I asked for The Rock, not Brock. But okay, it's fine.
Samoans and losing their tempers. The Usos took on the Vision. And this match, standard tag match until Logan goes for the brass knucks. And Then somehow Jay gets a hold of the brass knucks,
Because LA Knight.
tossed him in,
Yep.
and then he loses his temper and cold cocks both Austin and Logan right in front of the ref. And that means that they have to rematch with the two. And probably
Next week for the titles.
For the titles,
right?
exactly.
Next week for the titles at MSG. So more than likely, we're seeing another title change right before WrestleMania. Isn't that lovely?
It's so great. I love it. I mean, Logan and Paul getting his grubby little hands on tag team gold.
Which means more than likely those tag titles are not being defended at WrestleMania.
Damn it.
You know, I told you before, put these belts back together. Put it back together. What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Where's the Street Profits when you need them?
All those profits.
See? I believe they're actually announced for World. I don't think they'll have a match at WrestleMania, unfortunately, but I think they actually are announced at World. So that's good to know.
They'll probably be in the Andre Battle Royal.
I'm about to throw my headset. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so are we going to talk about Jay later?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool.
Because Jay lost his temper. They earned the division, earned the win. And Jay would later go on to say he didn't give a damn about the tag team titles.
Okay.
And, it seems like everybody gets warned here not to compare Jay to Roman because he's, like LA Knight even said it, you're starting to sound like Roman.
But who was behind on, see, I don't know if they doing this to be funny or not, but who was behind on that truck when he said that?
Oh, The Rock. Yeah, no, the heavy implication being that The Rock will return at WrestleMania, some capacity.
Or something.
Yeah. I think Rock Roman is written in stone for WrestleMania 43.
No matter where it's at, because I know there's issues with Saudi Arabia right now, but I feel like that might just be the match regardless.
Yeah, that's the match that sells the show, wherever WrestleMania winds up being.
Yep, and we'll get into Roman and Jay and all that tomfoolery later, but
AJ and Becky had a nice little exchange. Basically, Becky kind of says, you might have been the master of the Divas era, but I ripped the wings off that stupid belt and blah, 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 blah. And I took the women's division to new heights that you never even seen before. And then what was it she said? The last time you you participated in a match at WrestleMania, you went away for a decade. So now I'm going to make you go away again.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Becky pretty much owns that segment.
She did, and Becky's been owning a lot of the segments with AJ, in my opinion. And I love AJ Lee, but I just feel like if Becky doesn't win this belt back at Mania, what is the point?
I think AJ wins, LOL, just to finish the rivalry off definitively. Because if you have Becky win, then AJ has to do a rematch, and we're back to square one. So I think
I'm tired, Dork. I'm tired.
I know you are. I am too. It's gonna wind up in some sort of other.
It's the only way I could care about this match. I love both women.
Yes.
I'm a big Becky fan. I love the Four Horsewomen. Big AJ fan. Love what everything she's done and Saraya Paige has done for the women's division and Emma, because I feel like a lot of people forget about Emma.
I do sleep on Emma.
But I'm tired of this.
And that's why I'm saying AJ's going to win and put it definitively to bed.
She got to. Something got to give.
Something's got to give.
Unless we get I feel like we can't have a whole bunch of stimulations at a WrestleMania, but I feel like with how long this feud has been going on, it's kind of warranted in some capacity.
Cage, Hell in a Cell, something.
I don't know what it could be, but
you know what that means. If there's a steel cage or Hell in a Cell for WrestleMania, pillars.
What? Oh no. Okay, no, it's okay. We don't need that.
Yeah, no, exactly. I don't want pillars at my WrestleMania, so
No.
Street
I don't
fight,
think
something like that.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything like that anyway. I don't think they would. At least I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't think so either. But I hope that there's no pillars.
Because they may change it up on us, y'all. I don't know.
Right.
I don't think so. I don't know. They doing a lot of stuff this year.
Yes, they are. Somebody's been doing a lot of stuff this year. Speaking of Javon Evans.
Mr. Bouncy. Okay.
Yeah, the youngin. He had a nice little match with Grayson Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Continued to impress Kofi Kingston, who is continuing to recruit him into the New Day, or try to at least. Much to the chagrin of Grayson Waller, who is like, why haven't you made me a full member? And I'm wondering, do you care?
Not really. I'm more invested in Javon, and I don't think we're gonna get Javon on this card for WrestleMania. So I'm just like, okay, this is gonna be a feud that's gonna carry into post WrestleMania, I believe. And it's really just that Kofi sees himself in Javon, and he just wants to be his, mentor, things like that.
Yep.
But Javon is like, I don't like how you've been acting and you've been going about things for the past year or so. And no, I don't want to be in it.
Especially what they did to Big E. Come on, meow.
Exactly. So I feel like at the end of it, Grayson's going to basically snap. Javon's going to do what he does, stay bouncy. And Kofi and Xavier is going to be in the tag team.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, Seth Rollins got arrested on Monday. How'd you feel about that?
So it looks like when he was running, his knee looked really good, so he looks like he's healthy. He may not be fully cleared yet, but
it was his shoulder that was the problem.
Okay. So it was a shoulder. Okay, so like I feel like it's fine. I don't know if we're waiting. Again, we're 3 weeks away. So I'm like, is he going to be on the card or is it just going to be post WrestleMania? Is Braun cleared? Because it seems like Logan and Theory are going after the tag belts.
Right.
So that just leaves Braun Breaker, if he's cleared in time, to be facing Seth.
Yeah, because I feel like they would not have Seth on TV if this wasn't leading to something at WrestleMania.
Exactly. Or he could just be playing along with the, different things, like with the intro to Brock and Oba, so with that aspect of it and just playing on Paul Heyman. And, Paul Heyman, he came out very just like kind of together, but also disheveled at the same time. Yeah. Just like, okay, I'm out here. Come out here like a man, like that aspect of it, just like the play on. But I'm not too sure what's
Paul Heyman is just a great heel all over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you notice the subtle little touches, like what he was wearing? They were in Boston. He was wearing a Yankees tie.
Yep, I seen it. I peeped it.
Yeah, I know, it was great, and he's been really. He and Seth have been carrying this on promos alone because obviously we're hoping that Braun Breaker gets cleared in time for WrestleMania. I think
it was at the PC, right?
Yeah.
I heard he was at the PC, so I'm like, he probably is basically there.
And I think that's going to happen probably. If it happens, it's going to happen this Monday.
And that'll be perfect. It just sucks that it's so late, but it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But yeah.
And then women's tag action, we had Bayley and Lyra. Senior moment, sorry. Bayley and Lyra versus the Kabuki Warriors. Good tag match, obviously. All four women bring the goods. Bayley and Lyra win when Lyra hits the Nightwing on Kyrie. And then they decide they're going to call out Lash and Knot.
Right.
So they're going to get a tag title match next week, I believe, right?
Oh, no. Yeah. But oh, no. It's going to end in a DQ.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Who would have thought that?
I would never have thought that.
So what's going on with Asuka and Kyrie, yo? Like, what's going on?
It's kind of the Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Yep. It's an abusive, toxic relationship. If Kit Wilson were here, he'd say it was toxic.
Yeah, and doesn't not Irie, I'll put Io and Kyrie together, but doesn't Io, excuse me, basically like tell Kyrie like she's better than this and all that type of stuff? Okay. All right. So it might be going in the direction, I think, but I don't think that match is going to be on WrestleMania, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if anything, Kyrie and Asuka are going to be part of the women's tag team title match. And, that's when the breakup, like Kyrie finally stands up to Asuka.
Yep. Io may be there to console Kyrie or something, but I really don't know. I really don't know.
I'm not entirely sure how they pay this off.
And Io is one of their best wrestlers, period.
Yes.
And the fact that she doesn't have a spot on this card is pissing me off. Same thing with Gunther, but we'll get into that later. But I'm just confused. Triple H, what's going on, Bucko?
I think that their plans for Gunther went up in smoke with Rey Mysterio's cracked ribs.
Yeah.
So it's just trying to find a place for him that makes sense. Unfortunately, there is no place for him that makes sense.
Nope. None at all. Oh.
Stephanie has a place on the card, though. Stephanie Vaquer.
Mm-hmm.
She and Liv Morgan are pretty much in a blood feud, and they kicked the crap out of each other on Monday. And that was fun to watch.
That was fun to watch. Like, they brought some heat to it. I thought Stephanie could have did a little more to Liv.
Yeah, I think.
But I feel like they did what they could with the time that they had, and it was impactful.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it really kind of sells that this is a deeply personal and heated rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that hopefully, that it carries over into the match. But that was a precursor to Dominic Mysterio getting his Intercontinental title rematch against Penta. And that went the way you think it would because Finn Balor showed up and messed everything up. And that's leading, obviously, to Finn and Dom at WrestleMania. Of course, JD will be lurking somewhere.
See,
I really hope they go with the Demon, though.
I hope so, too. I just don't know. So Dom and Finn don't need a belt. They don't need a belt for this. It would boost it, but they don't need a belt.
No, I've come around to that thought because at first I was like, it needs to be for the Intercontinental title, as I did with my fantasy booking. But now I've come around to the fact that Finn and Dom does not need a belt.
No, it doesn't. I would like for it to have a belt because it could also be the AAA belt. Honestly, it could be, but yeah. So like it could be, but then I'm also just like, okay, so where does that leave Penta, one of your biggest stars? Who is he going to face at?
Just a ladder match for the Intercontinental title. 7 men, 1 belt. Lots of high spots. I think that's what's going to happen is Penta's just going to get thrown into a match with 6 other guys, and it's going to be crazy, a little car crash chaos.
Which I'm fine with. I just can't see actual contenders for that belt. That's the only thing. I can't. I
agree.
Like, I can't pick 6 people right now.
Yeah, I mean, because you'd probably have to throw Gunther and Sheamus and
the big beefy boys in there. Yeah, I mean, well, that could work, but again, Gunther had one of the greatest IC reigns.
But
Sheamus hasn't gotten it yet.
Yep.
So that could be a good spot. But
who knows?
We'll see. We got 3.5 weeks, and I'm like, what's going on? Who's in the kitchen cooking? Like the stove is not on yet, but. No, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing that is cooking is this main event rivalry. Before CM Punk went out to the ring, Jimmy warned him that Jay was on the warpath, which caused Punk to smirk and look back at him like, are you fucking serious? Then he headed out to, talk about how Roman uses Just for Men to color his beard, whereas CM Punk is proud of his white whiskers. And the whole, age is nothing but a number, which I feel because I am 4 months older than CM Punk. So, excuse me, a little bit. I'm getting verklempt. Frog in my throat.
No, you're good. So, going back to Jimmy, nobody listening to Jimmy, okay? Jimmy's actually being the level-headed person.
Yep.
Actually like, yo, let's think this through. You don't always have to be a hothead to Jay. CM Punk, tell us, like, trying to be, a person to, like, Punk, like, hey, like, yo, like, just talk about Roman. Do what you got to do. Don't bring up Jay, don't bring him nothing like that. Just trying to give people words of wisdom. Nobody listening.
He's trying to be the voice of reason, and it's failing miserably. And see, Roman comes, so Punk. I've named everybody but the guy I was trying to talk about. So Punk name drops Jay, and that's when it brings out the Usos. And then Roman comes out, and that's when all hell broke loose.
Right.
Roman, through Jay's encouragement, like get him, smash him, hits a Superman punch, a spear, and a power bomb through the announce table.
A Superman punch in the back of the head, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which that hurt.
Of course it did. But.
And then they get him, smash him bit. What does that go back to?
pretty much Jay is giving the orders here. That was what I took away from that. I was like, holy cow. The right-hand man is now the tribal chief.
And this goes back to when Roman first came back in 2020. You know,
Yep.
he beat the Fiend for the US, I mean, not the US, the Universal title.
Universal.
And, you know, his whole slogan back then was wreck 'em, smash 'em, leave type shit. So
Yep.
we're going into that season. I don't know if this is a revive of the bloodline of some sort, but the bloodline is running wild.
Yeah, I can see it, but it's kind of like there's a little bit of a dynamic shift where, you know, Jay gave the orders this time.
And Jay called Roman his real name, like his government name. He didn't say Roman.
He said,
Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get him.
And Jay is just smiling as Roman just beating Punk's ass. And Jimmy is like, yo, like, you calm down.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's just crazy how like it has flipped. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway from all of this was that despite getting his ass kicked, Punk was laughing it up. Because Roman realizes he's been played. Roman realizes he's been manipulated into letting his level-headedness be instead, you know, give way to the emotions. And he got hot-headed like Jay, and Punk just reeled him in like a trap. And so now we see that Punk can manipulate Roman. Punk is falling for the head games, and he knows that he fell for Punk's head games, and he don't like that.
And the power bomb is a past thing of Roman, you know, from the Shield.
Yep.
Because there used to be 3 people to do it. And also the Shield, you know, it was basically formed to assist Mr. CM Punk.
Of course.
So I feel like that was also a part of Roman, like, I don't need 2 other guys to put you through this fucking table.
Right.
I could do it myself, you know? But he's letting those emotions overcome him. And the thing with Punk, his emotions is when he gets called old.
Right.
He don't like he knows he's older. He gets that point, but he don't like it. So it's just like those two have that emotional stuff that really ticks them off. It's just that Punk got Roman to strike first.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get something about Larry next week. Yeah, because Roman's got to dig deep into his dirty bag of tricks here to one up Punk on the.
Punk will too.
Oh yeah, no, everybody's clamoring for 2011 to 2013 Punk until they actually get him, and then they're like, he's such an asshole. Bitch, don't you remember Punk was an asshole then?
Yeah, he's still a little asshole. He got a little asshole in him. Like, you know, he still got it in him. So I mean, I'm excited. I feel like this is a main event you want to see close out your WrestleMania Night 2, in my opinion. This could even be, if we get to the point, this could even be some type of Bloodlines type of match, you know, Bloodline rules, you know. It could be something along the lines of that. I don't know, but it carries a lot of weight.
Yes, it is really carrying the build to this WrestleMania.
So I'm excited for it. Again, a little nervous. I don't want Punk to take too many bumps and stuff before the big show. I really don't. I'm scared still.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's Fragile Phil for a reason.
I feel like Roman may bring up that line. He might. So I don't know. We'll see. It was an exciting SmackDown and Raw.
It was. It definitely was. And I am invested in the road to WrestleMania. It did a lot to get me roped in on a lot of different stories. And I feel a lot better about the show going forward. There's a lot to flesh out still. There's a lot to get right. They really have to figure out how to land the plane, so to speak. But I feel like they can do that. Yeah,
so I'm super excited to see how they build within the last few weeks. Because if they're trying to sell out, they got to do a little more.
They've got 3 Raws to finish building this, and 3 SmackDowns.
And what SmackDowns? Okay, so I mean, We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall indeed. And that was going to do it for us. I'm pretty stoked about the build of WrestleMania. I know Mirah is too, and you got your tickets, right?
I only have night 2, don't have night 1. Oh yeah, so there's another discount code, peeps. What is it? WWE 25 days or
It's
25
just
days or
25
something?
days.
Yeah, so 25 days for your night 1, night 2 and combo tickets. Takes 25% off.
Works for Raw and SmackDown tickets too.
And I think Hall of Fame as
Yep.
well. So I'm like, okay. I keep looking. It's looking good. I think they have some combos that are under 500, y'all. So if you are looking for tickets still, there are combos that are under $500. I keep peeking at them, and
For the
I'm
club
like,
seats.
yeah, it's in one. Actually, 115 and 116. They're almost sold out. It's less than 20 seats in both sections. I'm looking at it right now. It's like less than 20, 25 seats in both sections. So people want for these because they're really good.
It's
A really good price range.
Resellers bought them.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Assholes. But yeah.
Yeah. So I've got my tickets. I'm excited. I got night 1, night 2. I'm locked in and ready to go, and I'm ready to get on the road to get further down the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm just excited to get back to Vegas. Like just seeing everybody like playing stuff today. We were talking about karaoke.
Yep.
We were talking about, world things like that. So I mean,
I
you
love
only
this
got
time of year.
this is better than Christmas sometimes. So,
Yes, it is.
I'm very excited to see what comes the next few weeks to get me even more excited. I'm really hoping to see some of these matches progress and the feuds progress to get people invested in the matches.
Yes.
They're trying to sell out Allegiant again. So we're going to see if they're able to do it.
Yeah. We will see. And we have been Pinfalls and Passports. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.